All right. We're back with the Thursday one. Hopefully, this is a good one. We're going to talk about The Shadow
The shadow
from 1994.
knows. The shadow knows.
The Shadow knows. Well, first of all, I never seen this in the theater. Actually, I never seen this until this week.
Wow. Yeah, I saw it a long time ago, and I'm the one that recommended this.
Yes, you did recommended it. I do remember Alec Baldwin playing The Shadow, even though I never seen it. Did remember seeing the trailer when I was, moved to Texas like
Yeah,
two
this is
years.
the funny thing is I don't remember ever seeing the trailer because I didn't see this until it came out on video. So
Oh, on video.
yeah, I did it.
What appeals to you about this movie? About The Shadow?
Well, I knew who the shadow was first off.
Is it
I
a
mean, I
is
knew
it is it a
it's
comic book?
inspiration. No, it's a pulp novel.
It's a novel. Okay.
Oh, well, no, pulp novels. They put it's like the can't say it's but it's about maybe a little bit before comic books or
Okay.
around the same time of comic books. They'd put out crime novels. They'd have an awesome painting on the cover.
Yeah.
You know, like let's see
Oh.
that's the shadow.
Yeah.
They
The
just
Shadow.
and then they'd put the title, and somebody'd write a story, and they were real cheap novels.
Oh. Okay.
And that's the thing. It's like the shadow was a pulp novel, but it was also a radio show too.
Oh yeah, I
And
heard
I think
about that.
they also had serials way back in the day.
Oh.
So I mean, watching this and you see some stuff, it's kind of corny, and it's because it's paying its respects to the radio shows and the pulp novels.
Oh.
Some
Okay.
of them are kind of corny because I mean this is actually the shadows. The shadows will help create Batman.
Oh.
I mean, the guy that created, I mean, Kane and all them when they're
Yeah.
making Batman, their reference was the Bat. Have you ever seen the movie The Bat?
No.
Okay, it's a 1930s movie. Yeah, it's like I think it's early 30s. I have the Bat. It's got Vincent Price in it.
Vincent Price. Oh, I remember heard of it. Yeah, the Bat.
Yeah, the Bat, which is pretty good. I actually like it. It's an old movie, and then of course Zorro radio
Zorro.
sh- a
Yes.
radio show. I think it might have been a pulp novel too. And then The Shadow
The
was a
Shadow.
radio show and pulp novel. And the problem
Oh.
is, a lot of the radio shows was like The Lone Ranger, The Green Hornet. All of these come from the same stories, same people pretty much.
Oh, so it's like a group of creators.
Yeah, in a way, a pulp novel it's be like that Deep Space Nine episode that you see.
Yes.
Those guys wrote pulp novels.
Oh, that's right. The writer of pulp novels. Okay.
Yeah, basically they're just cheap throwaway stories that people read, and people would write and they'd hide under their pillows or something.
Yeah, it was like a good job back then, I guess. Or a job
Yeah,
back then.
it was a job for just writers. It's just like, hey, I want to write crime deals here. Write one per week or something, or a month or something.
Nice.
So yeah,
Huh.
I mean, I don't own any. I actually do have a Shadow comic book that was put out by DC. I don't
Oh.
think DC owns the rights to the Shadow though.
Too bad they can't
But
remake this. I like this a lot.
yeah, I'm too bad it didn't do better at the box office. We'll look at another one.
It didn't?
Yeah,
But it has Alec Baldwin.
yeah, but it didn't profit. I mean, it made its money back, but it didn't make enough to get a sequel.
Is it because there was so much Chinese people in it?
No, it had to do with Chinese. Hey, but it did have a lot of Chinese people you would recognize, right?
It did. I
James,
reckon.
especially James Hong.
Yeah, because he was in Rush Hour too.
Oh, he's in everything, man. If
Yeah.
if if like you watch anything from the '60s, the old Western movies, if they need a Chinese person, that's him. Pops up because remember
Really?
he's even in Bang Theory. Chinese restaurant owner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that guy. Yes, I recognize him. Yeah, he's in a lot of those '90s shows. He was in Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you're there, they only have a few Chinese
I thought you
people.
talking about the Khan, this Genghis Khan's descendant. I can't remember. Sharif Khan.
Oh no, that his name's Long.
Yeah, John Long. He was in Rush Hour too.
Okay, he's in Rush Hour too.
Yeah, he's in Rush Hour too. Because I was like, I
Okay.
recognize him immediately. Because he's from Hong Kong. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was from Hong Kong then.
Yeah, he's from Hong Kong. Well, British, British
Yeah,
colony.
well,
Oh, you know what?
pretty
It
much.
didn't do it really great at the box office.
Yeah. But I don't know. To me, this is almost like another Rocketeer.
Ooh.
But I mean,
Oh.
I like comic book movies, but I also like pulp novel movies. Not a
Yeah.
lot of them. This is back when their supers came out, in the 90s. They go, oh, Batman did good. So they're trying to find other characters to make them big. And the
Yes.
Shadow is one of them.
And it didn't
Because I
do so
mean,
well.
Remember they did Dick Tracy,
Yeah. They.
which I'm not into. I'm not really into Dick Tracy though.
I like this better than Dick Tracy. I could tell you this right now. Even though Dick Tracy had a huge cast,
Yeah.
this one it has Alec Baldwin and Magneto. That's really it.
Oh yeah. Magneto. It was. This was
Yeah.
it. I mean, there wasn't a big character cast on there. And
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Tim Curry was in this movie.
Tim Curry was.
Yep.
Tim Curry's
He
awesome.
plays a creep. Yeah, he plays a creep, but like
Oh,
he's
he
awesome.
plays such a creep. You
Yeah.
don't return my calls.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you're wrong. I never returned any
Yeah,
of
and
your
then your
calls.
calls. Yeah.
But man, I just love this movie because mainly what I love the most about the Shadow, mind control.
Oh yes, is like no.
Um,
I really like the way that the first time they show that, right? Like I like how Alec Baldwin hides in the shadow of that scene, and then he just
yeah,
comes back out.
yeah. Because well, the thing is, you got to remember in this movie, most of everything you see, he's actually standing there in front of you,
Yes,
but you can't see him because he's using control to cover him up.
yes.
It's when you hear him laughing, he's not actually probably even laughing. It's in your mind. Because most of everything you see on screen is what's going on in the character's mind.
Oh yes, it's
Not
his mind
actually, I
control.
mean, like Shere Khan, when he jumps out the window stuff, that's what people see. He
Yeah,
probably just walked out the
he
window,
just
got in the
walked out. Yeah, he
motorcycle.
just looked
The same
BA.
thing with the knife when it's flying around.
Oh, that's right, because he
Depending
made a
on who
point.
some of them, because into the end of the movie, the Shadow doesn't have the power to manipulate things with his mind yet.
Yes, it's just what you see.
It's just what you see. It's like I love that building, like that.
It's just the same thing with the building.
That's what to me that's on my favorite when he pulls up there and that music and he can see that building. He's like,
Yes.
hey buddy, what's the name of that building? The guy's, you're
Yeah, you're
crazy.
crazy.
And nobody could see it.
Except for him,
Khan,
yeah.
yeah, Khan hypnotized the whole city.
So
Especially the
even
Empire State
even
Building.
him for a little bit.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
him. Even him for the most of the deal. He never thought about it.
Until he realized it.
Yeah, until he realized because I mean apparently this guy's been coming in the town on and off.
Yes.
And the only reason he showed up to the museum is probably to get some stuff out of the museum for his new digs.
Oh, that's right. Because you thought that he delivered himself to New York
Yeah.
City.
Yep. He's probably been going back and forth the whole time.
Oh.
And probably hypnotizing people. He probably has agents to the Shadow.
Yeah, just like the shadow. Yeah.
Because the Shadow's everybody a ring
Yeah.
in the deal. And plus, by the way, the funny thing about the story is his name's Lamont Cranston.
Yeah, Lamont Cranston. Yep.
But that's not his name in the pulp novels.
No, it's from the radio, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the deal, his name's Kent Allison. And Lamont Cranston is an alias that he uses sometimes to hide himself.
Okay, like Yin Ko.
Yin Ko, well, Yin Ko is supposed to mean black eagle.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet. Because actually, that's who he was during the war.
Yeah, during the
You got to
war.
think, because the whole story is he went and fought in World War One.
World War One. Yep, exactly.
And then he goes to Tibet. Takes
Yeah,
over
Tibet,
heroin. Yeah, the open heroin deal, and becomes a gangster.
So yeah, he became a gangster. So the first time Alec Baldwin spoke Chinese, right? I didn't understand what he was saying. But then when he started speaking, he's speaking Mandarin in the restaurant. Then I understood him.
Okay, yeah. Well, the first time he speaks the language, he's not speaking Mandarin.
He's not speaking Mandarin. He's probably Tibetan or whatever.
Yeah, it was not Tibetan. It was I think it was Thai.
Oh, it was Thai. Oh, okay.
He speaks, but it wasn't. I know it wasn't Chinese.
Yeah, it wasn't Chinese. I didn't pick
Yeah,
it up. I didn't know what
but you know what the joke was, right? What he says.
No.
Okay, because the scene starts off where he's in this room and this guy comes in
Yeah.
and they're going to kill him. Of course, is it Wong that is servant or goes up to the book and says, hey, you killed our men.
Yep.
The guy's like, hey, I deserve a little piece of this, okay? He goes, but my brother's going to come kill your brothers. And of course, he grabs him as a hostage
Yes.
and he goes, hey, Wong, you're like a father to me. And that guy goes, so thank you. He looks at his guards. He goes, shoot through him.
Yeah.
So they shoot him all up, and then he says something in a foreign language, and what he says is, he goes, "He was a little too much, my father." Get it?
Oh, okay, I got
It's
it.
a
Yes.
shame they didn't subtitle it,
Yeah,
because
they
it
did
would have been a
subtitle it.
laugh.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
that
the
would have
one.
been a laugh, because I didn't know what it meant. I
Yeah.
had to look it up.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's, yeah, it's like our fathers to me, because shoot through it, but they shoot
I
right
can't
through
help
him, then
but
he goes,
notice how good of a man that Alec Baldwin looks. He's a good-looking guy.
yeah,
Like
man,
he
he is a
looks.
big screen personality.
Yeah, he looks
He also,
better in this than the movie he did a few years back. Beetlejuice.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he was in
but that's,
Beetlejuice.
but that's because he's playing average dad.
Yeah.
He was also in Hunt for October just a few years before this.
Well, he looked good in that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's
Jack
got that.
Ryan.
But in this one, he's got to play that 1930s
Yeah, 1930s. He got the
rich
yeah.
rich guy. Yeah,
Yes,
which he pulled off really good.
he does. He's well. Alec Baldwin is good too.
And the neat thing is his love interest in this movie is Margot Lane.
Yeah, Margot Lane, Magneto's
Isn't that
daughter.
isn't it? But no, get it, Margot Lane, Lois Lane.
Oh, is that what the play was? I didn't notice the name.
The thing is though, they're older. Margot Lane's been around longer than Lois Lane.
Yeah, Lois Lane. Oh.
But somebody in another book, because way back in the early days, people would mix their licensing in their comic books and
Okay.
in pulp novels, because that's the same thing with the movie that's out, Shang-Chi.
Yes.
In that movie, his father is the Mandarin,
Yes.
but in the comic book, it's called Master of Kung Fu. His father is Fu Manchu,
Fu Manchu. Yeah.
which is a character from pulp novels.
Oh.
In fact, the Shadow may even fought Fu Manchu, because they mixed characters. You come up with a character and anybody could use it. Same thing with Rocketeer. All his stuff in the movie, he invented it. But in the pulp novel, the comic book, it's not that old. Rocketeer is quite, but
Yeah.
it uses pulp novel information in the comic book.
Oh, that's interesting,
And it's
man.
the same thing as why the pulp novels made Margot Lane the sister to Lois Lane.
Oh, really?
It can't be now, but I guess
Yeah.
it could be, because I saw DC do the Shadow, so they could actually be the same people now.
Also, they could. So Margot and
But-
Lois Lane.
Yeah. So,
That's very interesting. I never knew that. I never
so
knew
the
that.
Shadow,
tidbit.
so the Shadow can exist in
In
DC's
Superman.
in DC world, yeah.
Hmm.
Even though it doesn't really, but I mean, the neat thing is he uses mind control to do everything. You think you're seeing some guy come out of nothing and hit you, or you hear laughing.
Yeah, you don't think you see him. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's got a network of people that actually go around town, and when they witness stuff, they send it to him.
Yeah.
I think the guy's called Burbank that shows up and tells him stuff. And then neat thing is what do you call it? His headquarters.
Yeah.
He's got like that little headquarters.
Where the papers go through.
Yeah, while the papers come.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's another place. It goes through this other place, and then they send a message to his headquarters.
Right.
So.
Huh. Oh yes, because that's the way he get the paper. Yes.
Yeah. Or he gets a message. Actually, TV.
Yeah.
The little TV pops up, which is pretty cool because TV was just barely invented right then.
Wow. They
And you
did
could only actually.
Yes. Pura the dagger. Am I in hell? Not yet. Oh, I like the little code words they use.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The sun is shining, but the
But
ice is slippery.
Slippery.
We'll put
See,
that.
and see, the thing is, it's just like the radio show. You got to remember, a lot of this is radio show. They
Yeah.
even did a radio show on this. Remember when Shere Khan shows up at his fortress?
Yes.
He goes, "Hey, I like that tie,"
Yeah.
and he tells the street. And he goes, "No, I got it at this street." It's supposed to be like advertised during the radio shows.
Oh.
You can't see it, so they'd say, like, "Oh, I'm drinking." They go, "What are you drinking there?" "Oh, I'm drinking a Coca-Cola."
That's product placement in that way.
Product
No,
placement.
that's genius.
That you can't see.
Yeah.
The character, the tie. I thought that was awesome though. I like it because I like your tie. And he tells him where he goes, "But you're a barbarian."
Yes.
And of course, his response is, "Yeah,
Yeah. So are you.
yeah. So are you." Exactly.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't
I
think
like
about
I
that.
like the movie because I also like it because it's set in the 1920s or
You know what? I
1930s.
like those matte paintings they put on those sets. Like in the
Yeah,
beginning, they were on that
they did a
bridge.
good job. Yeah, they
They
did a
did a
good
very
job
good job.
because you could, unless you looked right at, you could see the line,
Yeah, you
but
can see the line
barely.
on the floor. Yeah, I
But
pay
yeah,
attention to that.
but yeah, that's cool because they start off at the poppy field. They
I like.
start off
Yeah,
see his life. He's a drug dealer, and then of course those wise men. I love that scene because this scene reminds me of another movie where they kidnap him.
yeah,
You know, he's got all his prostitutes and stuff.
yes,
But anyways, they take him to that. They to he's in Tibet.
yes.
And they take him up to that village, and you see his hut and all these clouds.
Clouds, yes.
And they're like, "Hey, he's like, hey, what am I doing here?" And they're like, "A holy man wants to see you."
Yeah, you gotta go see the temple.
And he's like, "And it's the temple." He goes, "You call that a temple?"
Yeah,
Because he is a jerk.
yeah,
He's supposed to be like he is. And of course, the clouds move. Well, the rest that guy says this line. It's one of my lines. A clouded mind sees nothing.
yes,
And all of a sudden, you see the clouds part. You see this big like cobra.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what that reminds me of? That scene when I see this scene, it always reminds me of Batman Begins. When Batman's seeking out to go see the
Oh,
people to train him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The person movie, and he goes to that little Tibetan deal.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
that guy's like recommends to go up there,
Yeah,
but he anyways. Then that's to me that's Batman.
that is Batman.
That is Batman right there.
Yeah, it's that's not what you mean by going back to what you said about the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yes,
And it's just weird how that happened.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Nolan or them watched.
There's
Like,
a shadow. I'm like, oh, I like this.
let's do this. Yeah,
11
that's the thing.
years.
I can't believe a lot of people haven't seen the shadow. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't like it. I don't know.
So this is our Thursday hidden gem this week.
I think it is.
So last Thursday was a hidden gem.
It's one up. It's one up. No.
No, you know what? But then this movie also didn't do well in theaters.
No, this one did. A lot of things didn't do well in theaters. 13th Floor didn't do well.
Yeah,
in
it didn't do
theaters.
well in theaters because
But
it came out
nobody
of
knew it.
Matrix.
Yeah, everybody missed it. I mean, The Shadow. Everybody missed it. I mean, it's like a Rocketeer. A lot of people missed it.
I remember seeing
But
the trailer for
But
Rocketeer.
if you haven't noticed, I like a lot of things that are set in 1930s.
Yeah.
That's my thing. 1930s.
Is that why you like the 13th floor?
Actually, it is. That
It
is
is,
actually
right?
why. That's why I like Rocketeer.
I love that movie. Like, it's just the well, but this one is mind control.
Yeah, this one mind control.
So that little Chinese kid teach him mind control.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. And the dagger. Remember the dagger?
The dagger. You know what? For special effects at that time, that looked pretty good.
That looked good. And I remember they used to sell that dagger, but I was too young to get one.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
It looks pretty creepy, man.
And I've gotten on the internet to try to find it. I can't find it because the dagger they sell, you spin it around.
Yeah.
They had the head with.
I was
Yeah, that one only had that was only supposed to have one head in the movie, I think.
Yeah.
But the dagger they sell had you spin it around it to give you different facial expressions.
Oh yeah, I figured that's how they would market it. I mean, it's not gonna be like a toy from Happy Meals. You know?
But yeah, to find that dagger is hard because now you can only find the real stuff from Tibet.
Holy crap! I'm looking up on eBay.
How much?
$250.
Oh, that's the thing. They weren't that high.
Oh, this one, this guy is selling for over $600.
Yeah, they're high now. They're
Holy
too
crap.
expensive. But when that movie came out, there was lots of them, and you could even see them at like pawn shops and stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
They were like $30.
Oh, you're not gonna find $40, man.
Yeah, I pretty much gave up on it.
I'm gonna have to
Cheaper.
ask someone to 3D print it or something.
Yeah, but it made on metal, dude.
Yeah, but I just want the look of it, you know.
Yeah, I want to look at it too. I would like to just have one set on the shelf to freak people out.
So let me tell you about something I really thought it was funny watching this movie. Okay, it's about the like after he gone through that stuff in Asia, he comes back to New York City. Those three gangsters about to throw that Chinese dude off with the cement in his foot.
Concrete shoes.
The concrete shoes is awesome. And I was thinking, like, when I was watching that, right, I'm like,
I'm trying to figure out why do you think that's so.
I think it's so funny because, like, okay, how are they gonna get the guy still the whole time waiting till the concrete settles? And I'm thinking, like, they probably knocked them out before they put the shoes on. But that's a lot of work.
but you do know that's real, right?
What do you mean, like it's real? That's what they did.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
what they used to do in the
Oh, yeah.
19th.
Yeah,
They probably
because
tied your feet together.
they probably tie your feet together
But
and
quick
then they're
drying
like,
concrete's going to dry up. I don't care if you move your feet or not. Eventually, they won't.
well, if it was you or me, right, we probably keep moving the whole time. So that
Yeah,
way
we
the
probably.
concrete, yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking like,
they slap you with the pistol each time you move
yeah, but
too.
I'm thinking like, that's what I get you. Like, you have to be knocked out for them to do this.
Or they can just keep hitting you until you stop moving.
See, that's the thing. Like, why would you go to that just to throw the body into the water? I
Well, you
guess
don't want it to float.
because they want you to suffocate.
Yeah. Who
Yeah,
knows if they actually did it that much?
yeah. It's just so funny to
You
me
know, it's
sometimes.
a reference. People always say, hey, you're going to be wearing concrete shoes. It
Concrete
is
shoe.
silly, though, when he shoots the concrete.
Yeah, with the dual
I'm like,
pistols.
a lot, but hey, it's a shadow.
Yeah, it's a
For all
shadow.
we know, for all we know, that was in that guy's mind,
Oh, the
and he and he
concrete thing.
and he busted it up. Because I mean, a lot of it's the make him look more powerful than he really is.
Yeah, it's the illusion, right? Like the
It's
magician.
illusion because you notice the face keeps changing,
Yeah, I noticed that. So like,
but it's only in your head that his face changes.
so when he's the shadow,
Yeah,
it's still his same
yeah.
face, but he's
His
also like
face, yeah.
older.
It looks like if he can't do mind control. For example, what's that? Margot.
Yeah.
If she was to look at, she wouldn't see anything different.
Because you know that's the interesting about the Margot character. She can read minds,
Yeah, well, yeah, she can read thoughts, and the
thoughts.
thing I think the thing is, people who have more powerful minds, she can hear their thoughts.
Oh, okay.
And I like it, when he takes her out, and you could see it, gets kind of disturbed, and she's like,
Yes,
"What's wrong?" He's thinking she might feel from the shadow.
yes. So he stops. He want to stop talking to her.
Yeah, well, but he can't. Keeps talking to her, and he has the time. And he decides, I just won't see her again. Everything will be good.
You know, she's always something wearing. She's always wearing something elegant, except for the when she went to bed.
Oh, what do you
You know,
mean? Well, she wear something not pretty nice when she went to bed.
like I guess the scene is like when she went to dinner out one time, right, and then when she went home, she was wearing that backless dress. Like she didn't dress something comfortable when she was at home. She just, I guess that's what they did back then.
I don't know. I mean, 1930s people dressed up pretty
That's what I'm
nice.
saying. Like, cause
You
so
know?
at the same time I was watching The Shadow, right? I'm playing Dirty Rock sometimes when I'm doing something
Oh,
else, and I see Alec Baldwin, right? And there's the episode where Dirty Rock comes up. Like, he asked Lemon to write him something for some kind of charity event, and she thought it was that night, right? It's like, oh, that's months away anyway. I was like, why the hell are you wearing a tux? Is that the 5 Lemon? What am I, a farmer? Like, it makes me think of this movie. Like, she's always something where, like, she's always saying something like, okay, I'm ready to go to like some kind of ball or some kind of like
yeah.
high profile event. Like,
Maybe
she's just at
she's just
home.
maybe she's just like one of them girls that like to dress up.
She might be. But like, I love Alec Baldwin in both things, the Dirty Rock and The Shadow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
But I do like it because when you're talking about that, there's that scene where he goes to sleep at his house,
Yeah.
remember? And he comes in her room in the morning and wakes her up.
Oh.
She wakes up and she's like, "Oh, I had a wonderful dream." She's like, "I was naked and all this." And he's like just staring at her. And she's like, "What did you dream?" He goes,
I dream of somebody
I,
else.
"Yeah." He goes, I ripped my face off and I was
It was
somebody
somebody
else.
else. The scene was kind of creepy,
And I like it the way she says it. After he goes, "Yeah, I dreamed my face." She goes, "You need help." And he goes,
I know.
"I know."
I know. That was very funny. So, I'm watching this movie off and on, right? Like, I didn't watch it through one sitting, and I was watching it sometimes. And Heather was preparing dinner, right? She was watching this with me. I was like, "Is this a horror movie?" I'm like, no, it just this part.
That is another one where the special effects was pretty good.
It was pretty good because he was
Because
whipping the face off. Yeah,
yeah, and he had his hand all up in it and was pulling
and it
it all
just
the way.
this is like 2-3 years before Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just quite.
I can't remember the first Mission Impossible, like 96, 97.
Well, that you're talking about current Mission
Oh yeah, I'm
Impossible.
talking
Remember,
about the
I remember
movie.
it was a '60s TV show. So
Yeah, it's actually a TV show. Yes.
this was interesting. I like it, but the neat thing, when they're on the up the Empire State Building,
Yeah.
and Khan's up there talking about how big the bomb's going to be.
Oh
Which,
yes.
by the way, the atomic bomb, which isn't that far, because it's only like 20 years away from the real atomic bomb.
Oh yes, because they Lamont and the Shadow and that Chinese guy talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, talks to a lot of people. But I like it. They're up there, and there's this one actor. This one actor you see in a lot of movies. I don't ever know his name,
Yeah.
but they're Navy sailors.
Oh
It
yeah.
says USS Texas.
Texas. That guy.
Hey, the battleship,
Yeah,
battleship
I
Texas.
recognize that actor too.
Yeah, that guy's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I like it though. He goes, "Hey, nice dress, toots."
Yes.
That's one of my favorite scenes. Then he goes, makes that guy climb up over the fence on
Yeah.
the Empire State, and then he jumps off. And you
Yep.
can see, when it shows Lamont walking down the
Yeah,
street,
it's
you
just
can see it
walking
go all
past
down
him.
the building, and he hits the edge and he bounces off. I mean, it should be kind of dark, and I shouldn't be laughing about it. But I'm thinking, hey, if I did mind control, you're in trouble too.
Yeah, exactly.
Not, well,
mind
not
control.
you, but any people
But yeah,
around me. Good luck with that.
that was like, I'm like, oh man, like that was so obvious that he was gonna make him jump off the building right there,
I know that was awesome, though.
Yeah. That was a pretty good shot of the Empire State Building. That's exactly what it looks like up there.
Well, maybe they were really up there.
Oh,
I
don't
doubt
know.
it. I doubt it.
I mean,
come on. Like they're really gonna let somebody hang off the deal.
Yeah.
But that'd be horrible.
I've only been to Empire State Building like 2 or 3 times.
Did you ever make anybody jump off?
No, they have those fences really high.
Yeah, well, I made it.
Yeah. Well, not like that. That was back in, I don't know, the 30s, right?
Yeah, they had to make it harder.
Yeah, they're going to make it harder.
You know why is that intense?
I forgot, I want to talk about something in this movie because they have this dumb Chinese belief, right? I saved your life, now it belongs to me.
I
Remember
don't know
that?
if that's a. Yeah, oh, I remember it, but that's actually a lot of cultures.
There is a
say
lot of
that.
cultures, right? But like I know it because I'm Chinese.
Yeah,
Because do you remember that movie The Corruptor? They did the same thing.
yeah, man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, with Chow Yun-fat and Mark Wahlberg, right? Because Chow Yun-fat
remember
saved.
that.
So Chow
Yeah, I don't
Yun-fat
remember
saved Mark Wahlberg's life, and
Yeah.
in that movie, Mark Wahlberg studies on Chinese cultures and things like that. So they use that in the movie. And Mark Wahlberg's like, yeah, I know you saved my life. Now my life is yours to do what you please, right? But later in the movie, Mark Wahlberg saved Chow Yun-fat's life. So Mark Wahlberg trying to do the same thing to Chow Yun-fat's character. He's like, well, you know what it means, and Chow Yun-fat's are like, this is America. It doesn't mean shit. I love that. It's like, that's my attitude.
It's America.
It is America, yeah, exactly. I
mean,
agree.
If you want your life to somebody, go ahead. But hey, if you don't want to, there ain't nothing. It's more like American thing to say to that. It'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so sue me."
Yeah, but no, that was a long time ago. I do remember that too. But like, I just have to bring that up because it's so.
It is
stupid.
funny because the Chinese doctor, when he says that, he goes, "It does."
Yeah, it does. I thought it was funny too. I do like the agents thing, like everybody with the red ring.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I guess back then it was probably make it harder to put a battery because, like, I could tell there was special effects lighting that red
Yeah.
ring in that scene. I
Yeah,
was like,
it was. You could
yeah.
sell it, but it is pretty cool. And I mean, that is something from the storybook, the agents things.
the agents.
Every time he saved somebody, then there became like informants for him.
Oh,
His eyes and ears. So I
That is
mean,
pretty
actually,
cool.
because I'm thinking what we see, it looks like he's really powerful, but the thing is, he's got a lot of people working for him and stuff, and mind control can only do so much.
Yes.
Because apparently he doesn't know his mind control is as good as Khan's.
Yeah, he doesn't, right?
Because Khan has to use almost transmitters, like he uses the smoke cigarette thing.
Oh,
Remember?
yes.
To transmit his messages. That's why he had to get Margot to go to there. He could control her. Otherwise, he couldn't touch her. He couldn't find her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so there must have been something in there where he was transmitting
His imagery to it.
his
Oh, that's-
image to it. Yeah. Which the funny thing is that it used to be actually a smoking billboard with the Camel cigarettes.
Oh yeah, I figured that. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what's really crazy to me on that part? Like, he just asked her to cue the shadow, right? Like, how would he know that she would know how to find the shadow? You know what I mean?
Because through her thoughts, she must have figured out who it was, but didn't realize it was her. Realize it was him.
Oh, okay.
That
makes sense.
Because he probably already knew that she's had contact with him. Obviously, he already knew, but she didn't know that she met the shadow. But
yeah, she didn't know.
But inside her head, probably did.
Okay.
I mean, in real life, there's probably things that you all sense, but because you sense it, but you don't ever take action
Confirm.
or really
Yeah,
care
yeah.
about it. Yeah, you don't care. It's in the back of your head. And you know there's something's up, but you I don't care. Move on. You may actually know more than you know about something.
That's mixed because people
It's
second guess
it's,
themselves.
it's like a book. Yeah, you grab a book, you flash through it real quick. I think if under hypnotism, you probably could read that whole book back to me, even though if I asked you what the book said right now, you couldn't tell me. But I bet under hypnosis, you could tell me word for word in every page.
Wow. So the mind is
Because
a wonderful thing.
because I think the eye, yeah, the mind is probably more powerful than we can unlock.
Yes.
I mean, it stores so much knowledge. It's the problem is accessing it.
Yeah, accessing is difficult.
I mean, yeah, because you got to think though, your eyes and ears are off. Their timing is off on both of them
That's
to
what
your
they touch on
brain.
at the end of the movie. Because when Khan lost his way to control people, right? Because they took that part out
Yeah, they
that's
did a
supposed to.
lobotomy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I like it. Got stabbed in the head. And then of course the doctor did it. And the doctor turns out to be an agent of his.
Yes.
It's neat because if you watch the movie, you can see the people walking around. Some have rings.
Yes.
Actually, like the police station.
The
Of course,
police. Yeah. The
his uncle's the commissioner of the police or something.
yes. His uncle is the commissioner of
If
police.
it had like a Jedi scene. Remember when he's sitting there with him and he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna look into the shadow
Oh
and
yes.
find this."
He's like, you're not
Of
going to
course, you
call the
see the
task
black.
force.
Yeah, you're not gonna call task force. You're not gonna give Shadow any mind. Of course, he's like, yeah, it's like he's a Jedi.
Yes.
So basically,
I didn't
okay,
put that about the Jedi thing until you just mentioned it,
yep.
but it totally
Yes,
makes so much
it
sense.
reminds you exactly of Obi-Wan Kenobi right there.
Yes. You don't need to see our identification.
And of course, it gets back to the deal. It's like, and you're gonna tell me who that girl is?
Yes.
Well, she's crazy. She hears voices.
Which is funny, like I don't recognize that actress in anything else.
Uh, Penelope Ann
Penelope. Yeah.
Miller. I know she's in something else I saw, but I can't think of what it is.
I mean like anything that I saw.
Yeah, no, she
Penelope
was in.
Ann
I
Miller.
think the only thing she was in is people remember
Oh,
Relic.
she was in Kindergarten Cop.
Was she in Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah, other people's money, adventures, and babysitting.
What was she in Kindergarten Cop? She had to have been a little kid.
No, that was the
Was she?
1990.
Oh,
She was
was
probably
it?
the mom. Yeah, she was the
Oh.
mom of the Dominic. Yeah.
Oh. I forgot that. I didn't know that she wasn't a big star then.
No, she
Or was
wasn't.
she?
Wow, she was in
Because
the movie of Arnold and Alec Baldwin. That makes her pretty
well,
big.
yeah. Well, she was up and coming. I know she was when she did the Shadow.
Carlito's Way. Whoa.
So she was in a lot of stuff.
She was in a lot. Yeah, the Relic. I can't remember. Was it with who is this? Why do I remember the movie called Tom Sizemore? That's why. I do remember that movie. Huh. All right. Let's not worry about this actress anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on because there was a lot of famous actors. I mean, Magneto was in this
Yeah,
movie.
Magneto.
He didn't have a big role at all.
He didn't have a big role. I mean, I don't know
Well,
how big he was until the X-Men movies,
I don't know. I mean, I think he was probably a big stage actor then.
Oh, I think he's, yes, big stage actor.
But I mean, I know that he worked with Curry in a acting.
Well, Curry's also a
stage
big stage actor, isn't he?
But Curry was pretty big then.
Yeah. Tim Curry was big then, yeah.
Yeah, I remember he was in Hunt for Red October with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Well, he's in a lot of stuff. He's in a lot of good stuff, Tim Curry.
Yeah, he was in a lot of good stuff. He was even on video games too.
Huh. Was he?
Yeah, he did some voice. Oh, well, he actually had a face. I can't remember the name of the show, but he did some like a scientist or something on a game.
Oh, okay. I'm not
I can't
familiar
remember
with
the
it.
name of it. Well, it's really early games, but
Yeah.
they're for computer, PC games.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I might not know it. You need a
Yeah,
good
I
PC
remember.
back then to play like an awesome PC games,
Yeah, well, you play a few PC games and then that's it. You had to buy another computer.
Yeah, you try another computer.
At first, like, yep, sorry, rich limits.
The only hardcore PC game I ever played was Doom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was really good in Doom.
No, I played a lot of more PCs.
You know what? The PC
Originally
games I
before.
play like those point and click games, like the Curse of Monkey
Yeah, oh
Island,
yeah,
the
I played those.
Day of Tentacle.
Well, that's almost all you could play at the beginning. But I
Yeah.
like those ones that show you a picture and you go around and then you click through it. I was
Yes,
fine with
I
those.
love those too.
I
Sense
didn't
of
have
birds.
powerful computers, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why like those are point and click games. They don't require a lot of graphics.
Yeah, because basically it's just a picture,
Yeah, it's just a picture. It's not
with a
like a
bunch
lot
of
of
hidden
moving.
spots on it. So
I remember I had a computer that could play the Need for Speed. Not very well, but I could play it.
yeah, I had a computer to play the earliest Need for Speed.
The first one, yeah, I had on the
Yeah,
Panasonic
that
3DO.
was it. Yeah, I think I
Yep.
played that on the Commodore 64 Need for Speed, and it was really still not that good. Yeah, I think it was. It was the earliest one.
So would you consider the Shadow a superhero movie?
I would say he was a superhero. I mean, his powers. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a pulp novel, but still, he fits in the superhero world.
It does, right? Like Professor X kind of.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he's using mind control of the cloud people's heads so they can't see him, and he could see and he could fight them.
So now that you told me, like, it's because he's making those people believe, oh, that's why they random shoot everywhere. They're just hoping to get him.
And I'm sure he can put it in mind control where they don't shoot him.
They
They
don't-
shoot right past him.
Yeah.
You
There
know.
was some parts where, like, that Chinese looking white dude, the bald headed guy, like, that's not a Chinese guy, okay? They shot him with the arrow. Like, when they see the shadow, right? They actually shoot at the shadow just
Oh
to get
yeah,
him. Yeah.
yeah. They shoot in the deal, and they're probably seeing what they think they see too.
Yes. Oh, but
You know.
he gets injured though.
Yeah, he does get injured, but I mean, because it's almost a regular mortal person.
Yes,
mean,
he's a
he's
regular.
not-
He's not
he's a regular mortal
superpower.
Yeah, he's like Batman, but he does have.
Just my mind control.
Yeah. Plus, though, at the end, though, he was able to pick up a piece of mirror and kill. Well, he didn't
Yes.
kill and stab him, but that's the first time we actually see him use. But apparently, when they're using the knife, he was controlling the knife too towards the end.
Right. It's not a physical item. That's when I learned. Like, it's not a physical item. He should hold because he told him that. Like, you still think you have to use your strength to control this knife.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even catch that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about controlling because apparently that the person
That's why
that
he
taught
let
him-
go.
Yeah, the person that taught him the stuff, that kid or whatever
Yeah.
it was, he did more to mind control.
Yes.
So I guess he just didn't. He didn't until the end of the movie reach where he can actually physically pick up stuff with his mind.
Yes, with his mind.
Up until that, he could just mess with your head and make you see things like a magician.
Yes. Like your
So
illusion.
basically, these were two magicians,
They're all magicians.
and they were deadlier than
They're
the other
super
magicians.
deadlier.
Yeah, they're a little deadlier than the prestige magicians.
they can do mind control. They could
Yeah.
do trickery.
Illusions, yeah,
Yeah.
trick illusions. These guys,
They're for real.
they were high buildings. I
Yes.
like that deal where the guy when the con's in the taxi cab,
Yes.
whoever gets out and he's like all upset. That guy's like writing down his stuff. He goes, you're gonna make a record? Because then of course goes, you need gasoline. And the guy
Oh.
looks down and it's full. He goes, you're right, I do need gasoline. It drives right into that fuel truck. and
That's
blows
one
up
of the
buildings.
other actors is also in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, guys. I think he's
played-
in the Avengers too.
He was?
Wasn't he the guy that when he sees the Hulk fall down into the building without any?
that is not him.
Yes.
That's a different
Oh,
guy.
okay.
I mean, he played Kramer in Seinfeld. I mean, like the fictional version of Kramer. And
Oh, okay.
he's also in Breaking Bad.
Okay.
He's also in Friends, but he's in a lot of
I
stuff.
mean, there's a lot of actors we know in this movie because when
Yeah.
they're at the museum,
Yeah.
there's three actors there. There was like the main museum guy, the second museum guy, and then the security guy. The second museum guy is the dad on Alf.
Oh, I never seen Elf.
Oh, Alf? You never
Yeah.
saw Alf?
Yeah, it's
Man,
like Elf.
sorry.
It was before my time here.
I don't know that Alf's going to be that good nowadays, but when I was a kid, boy, Alf was something else.
Ooh, it's gonna be hard to say like which sitcom was still good today.
Yeah, comedy doesn't age that well unless it's physical.
Like Slapstick.
Yeah, like Three Stooges.
Ooh, you're right, because
I
a
know,
lot of times they didn't talk.
It's got to be really, yeah, it's either got to be really dumb. I mean, especially intellectual comedy, or maybe I should say pulp culture comedy.
Yeah, pop culture comedy doesn't.
I mean,
age
maybe
well.
we're wrong. I don't know. Maybe we should review some old stuff.
We
See if
should. You know what? Dumb and Dumber is
that's for like so that's going to go over with anybody.
You think so? Yeah, that's still good. I still watch
You
it.
think it's still good?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I know the jokes are still there.
Apparently, you watched it just recently, huh?
I have watched it recently, and I just watched Talladega Nights like 2 weeks ago,
Talladega Nights, yeah.
and Step Brothers.
But again, a lot of these aren't that. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't say that because I know a lot of 80 movies that are comedy that are funny too, like The Toy.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, the Ghostbusters is comedy action, so
Yeah,
yeah.
comedy action.
But I'm talking about straight comedy.
You know what didn't age well? The parody comedy movies.
Yeah, you're probably right. Parody didn't
Like the
age.
scary movie stuff. Like, oh, I went to
Yeah.
watch the actual Scream now, then scary movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're right on that.
The parody doesn't. The parodies are
Not another teen movie.
I think Captain America was in that, right?
Captain America is
Yeah.
in that.
I kept thinking like, was she in? She's all that? No, he's in the not another teen movie.
It's not another teen movie.
Yeah. I remember
Maybe
that.
maybe that's still okay. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't. There was a period that we were really hot. They were trying to get these out as soon as they can.
Yeah, even Steve Rogers is going no.
Yeah. Superhero movie. Like I stopped watching those now. Well, I haven't seen any for a long time.
Yeah, maybe our theory's wrong. Comedy is probably still funny all of the ways too.
Yeah. I mean, talk about, what is it? The example one in MCU between Star-Lord and Peter Parker when he said like a dance-off. You mean like Footloose?
Yeah, isn't that still the greatest movie ever?
It never was. I wanted to watch that conversation there, but then they got sidetracked from that. Because
Hey.
Star-Lord would have something to say, right?
I'm sure he would, but hey, those are two characters that get sidetracked. So
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on, it's not my fault that Kevin Bacon isn't the greatest superhero on the earth.
We're so Kevin Bacon right now.
Hey, they need to bring Kevin Bacon to the MCU. Dude.
Yeah, we talk about that. He might be in like. It's always like an actor that's huge in the 80s, right? In the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm hoping it's Kevin Bacon in this
I hope it is
Volume
Kevin
3.
Bacon. Kevin Bacon. It'd be funny if you ever see Henry Pym's character.
Yeah.
Well, if he was to see Henry, he'd be like, "Hey, I think I've seen this guy before."
Well, like an action star, you know? Maybe it could be Alec Baldwin.
It could be Alec.
Yes. Like, well, back to this Shadow movie. So it's basically two of the same characters battling each other.
Yeah, two characters that were trained by the same guy battling each other.
And one is trying to conquer the world just like Genghis Khan, which is
well, it's not new, but I think this is a character from the 1930s.
1930s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, all this is 1930s stuff, just brought up to our date.
Huh.
So yeah, that's why we see some of the, hey, I'm going to take over the world. I'm finish taking over the world. I mean, come on, he's like a Genghis Khan character, so why wouldn't he not try to take over the world? Plus, he's got mind control. If I had mind control, I'm not going to take over the world. I'm just going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping you bring that question up. I would do a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Like, because like getting rich, right? It's gonna be easy if you have mind control. But like doing the stuff like they're like, oh, I don't think this person would do that. I would totally do this. Just because.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of people going, why am I holding this? Why am I standing out in the middle of the highway?
So I have a question about this mind control. I guess it only works for humans, right? Like not for animals and stuff. It doesn't cross like species.
Why couldn't you?
Because they never showed it in this movie.
Oh, well, because you never saw it. But hey,
Yeah.
Ant-Man mind controls. So hey, if my Ant-Man can do it, it could work in Shadow World.
Oh, okay. But then like that's the same thing with Ant-Man. You can only control ants.
Well,
But
I'm
not-
sorry. I'm sorry he didn't get the same training the Shadow got, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe minds.
I don't know. I don't know why you couldn't control an animal.
You know what? They didn't
Because
show in this
because
movie.
the problem is animals have a simpler mind, so it should be easy.
So it's gonna be easier to control their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
'Cause you
gonna
know
bring that up. Like you talk about the simpler mind, right? So they only show Margot is the only one with the strong mind.
I don't know if she's strong, but she has her mind's apparently different than everybody else's.
Okay, because
But
the point,
he has a hard time controlling. He can't really control Khan's mind.
whose mind?
Khan,
Oh, Khan's mind. Yeah.
but he can't control Margot's either. Because remember, he tries to go, "Hey, you don't know me."
Yes.
She's like, Are you drunk?
Yes. So her mind is stronger than her dad's, who's a scientist.
Yeah, her mind's like very strong. So I want to point to you since you directing and stuff. Did you think the shot? There's a shot where she comes to visit her dad in office, and she sits down in the chair. And of course, she's like, "I met somebody. Do you believe in my?" And of course,
Yeah.
he goes, "Of course not. I'm a scientist." You see that shot where she's sitting there and she's in focus, but everything around her not in focus except for her dad in the
Yeah, I
circle.
noticed that. I noticed that shot.
Is that because they don't have a camera to do that, or
That's what I was thinking too. When I saw that, I was like, did they do that because they couldn't place these stuff to make sense to see everybody in one shot? I was thinking that, like, why is he look so weird?
yeah, because you notice above her
It's out of
it's
focus.
all
I did.
blurry. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all blurry and it's all blurry around him, but he's in focus. So I wondered if they filmed him in focus and then filmed her in focus and
Oh,
meshed.
I think they mashed them together too. I had the same thought.
Well, I thought you do that in real film nowadays. You put those two characters in focus, or is that something you'd still do?
I don't think so. That's the rack focus thing. It's gonna be
Okay.
hard to have both of them focus for the same
Yeah,
shot.
because the way they're setting.
Because they were shooting with film. There's no way. Because
Yeah,
he's so much.
I was
farther
surprised
away.
I noticed. Oh yeah, normally that's something I wouldn't notice.
Oh, I noticed
That's
later. Yeah, because it looks weird that everything around her was blurry, and then
Yeah.
he's in focus. Like,
Yeah,
what the
it
heck
looks
is going on here? Yeah, it looks so weird. But like, it's probably one of those things they make in production, like post production. Like, forget it. People would never question it, and there's two
Yeah,
guys
nobody
doing it
questioned
right here.
But I never questioned it before,
So
till
you know
now.
what's really funny? Like a lot of TV shows, right? Like I could tell how bad or not really bad, right? It still looks good, but to me, compared to something else, right? This special effect looks bad, but no one questions that.
Yeah, yeah, because if you do it right, you should have kept us focused on the conversation
Yeah.
instead of us going, what's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, in Star Wars, you could tell, like, there's a lot, the older Star Wars, before they
Yeah.
fixed everything, right? You could tell, like, oh, this is the special effects here. It's kind of grainy or yellowy or whatever, they're trying to munch it,
Yeah.
munch. You could totally tell
Still
that.
pretty good because when they do the mate paintings, sometimes they don't do those right.
Yeah, the matte paintings. I know.
Especially this one in the original Star Trek movie, the first Star Trek movie, where they're walking they're walking on the hull of the ship,
Yeah.
and you can see it. I mean,
Ooh.
the ship is shaped.
I gotta check that out then.
Oh yeah, because they put it looks like staying on the ship, and that's fine. But when it shows the back going up to the bridge,
Yeah.
it looks flat.
Oh, they try to
It's
do
just-
the best they can.
Try to do the best they can, it didn't work. Maybe they need to go back and make them an updated.
They're probably
version.
just
I don't know.
betting on the whole population, like whoever watches it, right? They can barely tell.
Yeah,
But I'm so
like,
glad you brought that shot up because I do remember it.
yeah,
in the
I was
shadow.
like, what is wrong with this? It's like a circle here and a circle here.
Yeah, it's a circle. Yeah,
and
it's
everything else was blurry. I was like,
Yeah.
this is weird.
Maybe she was mind controlling us at that moment.
Yeah, the neat thing I noticed I never pointed out the Shadows character, you notice he's real rich.
Yes, he's real rich.
I guess he got it all from the opium trade, so he brought a bunch of bad stuff back to the United States to fight crime.
You think so? Yeah, I thought he. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know however he made his riches, right? He just brought him home.
Oh, he made it from some drugs.
Because,
He was a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer, so I'm thinking like, however these superheroes work back then, right? They have to be rich.
Oh, they have to.
You
You got to
can't be
remember.
like, yeah,
You got to remember though. This is 1930s, out of the depressions.
yeah, the depression, right? Yeah,
People then would have been so poor they couldn't have done anything.
yeah, they couldn't have done anything. They're just
So-
trying to survive.
But I mean, think about it. If you're going to be a superhero, I mean, you couldn't really be superheroes
No,
because you got to have a lot of money to bankroll some equipment.
yeah, because like I can't be like, dude, yeah, exactly. It's not like I have, because we need time to work, and those
Yeah.
time like there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like this is kick ass. So
It's not like I'm Spider-Man, right?
When
Like
you're
I'm
living
always
at your-
late.
yeah, where you're living at your parents' house and then at night you're sitting out and beating the crap out.
They question that. His uncle questioned like, I don't understand how you always make these dinner plans with me, right? And then you're always late.
Exactly, I like
Yeah,
that.
you have nothing to do, literally, because you're rich.
Yeah. Why don't you take up a hobby?
Yeah, I think I'm a hobby, like I'm not learning polo, Alfred.
Yeah. Like, why am I staring at the back of your neck? Which, by the way, that's Jonathan Winters,
Ah,
the actor.
oh,
It is a comedy.
he's a what?
He's a comedian.
The police commissioner?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
He did a lot of comedy.
Oh,
Jonathan Winters. Yeah, he's a comedy actor.
oh, I didn't know that.
He's in
Oh,
a. I mean, he used to be on the Tonight Show every now and then, up and tell some jokes and stuff.
oh, that was before my time then, probably.
Yeah, well, it's kind of before my time. I mean, he did a lot of acting before our time, so.
Oh, okay.
But he's known. And of course, you notice the taxi cab driver.
Yes, I recognize him. He's
He
in
was he was actually a taxi cab driver in the movie Taxi.
Oh, he was?
But he played the dad. Was it Ray? Everybody
Raymond.
loves
Everybody Raymond,
Yeah,
yep.
everyone loves Ray, so he's the dad.
Yes. I remember him, yes. Yeah, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people in this movie that I do recognize.
Oh yeah, this
From
movie had a lot of.
1994.
Well, I mean, it's one of those movies. It had a popular cast, but also when you get farther in time, you look back on it, people made it.
Yeah.
Most of these
I'm
people
just
made it.
It just sucks that I never seen this in the theaters because that's when I moved to Texas and my mother didn't drive, right? And the first movie I actually saw in Texas with my sister was Ace Ventura.
Oh, really? Wow.
Because me and we lived by that movie theater that used to live by the apartments.
Yeah.
Me and her walked there
Yeah,
because we wanted to see Jim Carrey.
That would have been cool. If I was to walk to a theater, man, it took me a day or something. That's 40 miles. See, I go to the theater until I moved up into Dallas and started hanging out with you. Almost never went. It was like a special time to go to the theater. Well, I mean, eventually I got a driver's license.
I was
so
going to
could
ask you
drive.
because you're in the middle of nowhere, right? Like, how did you see movies back then? Like when they were on video?
Oh, rent them. Go rent them.
Yeah, did you rent
I
them?
I had to watch them after. That's the thing. It's not anybody's going to go ruin a movie for you because most people, you go to school with, they can't go to the theater either.
Yeah, that's right, huh?
So there's not people going to show up and go, oh, guess what happened? Because it's like, because everybody's like fight. Because that's the thing. It's a small town, so everybody's fighting over the same video. Whoever gets the video first is going to know everything. But usually they got several copies too. So yeah, I mean, the only movie that you better went to the theater and saw when it came out was Batman. With Keaton, because everybody was talking about that.
So yeah, the popular stuff. Like if your parents were
like,
going to see a movie, they would take you.
Yeah, or you had to go with a friend.
Yeah.
My parents weren't real movie theater watchers. So.
Oh, they're not?
Well,
it's crazy how you turned out to be, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think only a few movies my parents, because it's so far and they're busy too.
Yeah.
My dad worked almost all the time. I'm only like a few movies I ever saw. I got Men in Black.
Men in Black?
Yeah, actually, that was pretty awesome.
Wow.
I went and saw that with my dad.
That's right. They came out in the 90s, right? 97,
yeah, I saw more movies and I saw more stuff in the theater in the 90s.
You know what?
I mean, when I was little, I guess one of the earliest movies I could think I saw at the theater was Empire Strikes.
Oh, I remember seeing Empire Strikes Back also in Hong Kong.
Yeah. But of course, I was too young to see anything else,
Yeah,
until
I saw a video.
Return of the Jedi. I saw Return of the Jedi. I didn't see Empire Strikes Back. Pretty young, so I saw Empire because I wouldn't have saw Empire Strikes Back. I probably wouldn't even remember it.
You know what's weird? I remember from Empire Strikes Back, my mother, my parents bought me the Darth Vader toy, because I remember playing with it like he can fly. I remember it was Darth Vader too, because the black robe. Like no, what I did, I made him fly because he had a cape.
You threw him.
Yeah, because I threw him. Yeah, because he had a cape.
What's going on in China?
Shoot,
Darth Vader can't fly.
This little kid's mind, man.
Little kid mind was wrong.
This particular mind.
Superman flies. Darth Vader walks.
Because it's just an association with the cape.
Oh, okay. I knew better.
Yeah. Wow.
I know that. I know in the real world, capes don't mean you can fly. Capes just mean
the Shadow kind of wear like a cape too.
He wore like a jacket. Yeah, because remember they drew on there. It's like an extra cape.
Like a vampire.
Yeah, and maybe that was actually for the illusion that he put in people's mind.
Like with his face scarf and
I think the cape more of an illusion to make him look bigger.
Oh, okay.
Like Dracula has a cape, Batman has a cape, because it makes that kind of
like the little gliding thing.
It gives you more power. I mean, I'm thinking if you wanted a raise at your job, you show up with a cape. Hey, I want a raise.
You're crazy. Like, who shows up to work with a cape?
especially when you go up, you go, you're going to give me a raise,
Oh, okay.
and you're also going to give me a day off.
So you're talking like the shadow now, right?
Yeah, I think you work here more. Yeah, that probably gets you in trouble nowadays. But hey,
Yeah. Then you're a crazy person. Like, oh, better not mess with
no,
a crazy
I don't
person.
know. Your supervisors might have a weaker mind than you, so you might get away with it. Who knows? I'm always testing people to see how much strong their mind is, because I can do that, I think, one day.
Ah, that would be
And
cool.
sometimes I actually can.
So it
Especially
sounds like we do we would not never act like the shadow, right? With the mind control, we probably do a lot of shady stuff.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's still hope out there.
Oh, I wouldn't
I've read
hold
a
it to
lot.
the hope.
I've read a few books on mind control, and I'm hoping it'll kick in sometime.
So it goes back to that red flag thing, like, oh, if you can mind control like that, then you should not hang out with this
Yeah.
person.
They're like, you what? Like the shadow? Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna
know,
hang out with you.
I would do though. Like the only good thing I would do with the mind control thing is find out where terrorists are.
Yeah, that was a lot of work for me.
A lot of what?
A lot of work. Because you'd have to find this person and then read their mind and go, oh, yep, this guy's a terrorist. I don't even need that. I could actually go to the airport and look at somebody and go, hey, that guy's a terrorist.
No, I'm talking about the high profile terrorists, like Osama bin Laden. I would probably seek him out.
Yeah, you probably could. That'd be hard. You have to be a more Professor X kind of crap.
Oh no, I'm talking about like just through people's minds. Like, hey, you need to tell me who this is. Like, you need to like if you know something, right? I would know immediately if they're lying or not. Like
Yeah.
they send me to the Middle East, right? Then I just work my way, and then you'll find it
You're
in a day.
liable, you're more likely to catch a bullet than you are to find somebody that
Well, if you know mind control, no one's gonna shoot you. That's what
could
I'm
be. I
saying.
guess
You'll be
because you can make
you'll be
yeah,
the
because you can
only
make
one
yourself
that's safe.
you can make yourself look like them
Yeah, that too.
or invisible. Well, the sad thing is though, you make yourself invisible and you're walking along trying to figure it out, you trip, you come out because you have to focus on up and down.
Hey, I'm just saying that if mind control the way that we think it works, right, it will work. We'll find all the bank robbers, serial
Well, yeah,
killers,
you
anybody.
gotta
So
think
we could
it's
be,
all about
yeah,
it's all about concentration.
yeah. We could find
I
any
mean,
bad guy in the
I would
world.
be invisible room until the girl takes her shirt off and then like boom, popped out. Sorry, lost concentration.
Wait, hold on. Sometimes you got me confused with mind control and reading minds.
Oh, you're talking about reading minds, all right?
No, I'm talking about mind control. I'm not talking about
But
reading
also,
minds.
but you're about reading minds.
No, I'm not talking about reading minds. I'm talking about
Okay,
mind
I'm talking
control.
about mind control.
Yeah, I'm
But
talking about
mind
mind
control
control.
won't
No, no,
mind
no.
control won't help me find
No,
anybody.
I say you confuse me when you talk about you go to the airport and you find out they're the terrorists. That's reading minds.
That's minds, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about mind control. Like me, I can make the person hit themselves or whatever, you know.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were going to read their mind to see if they're a bad guy.
Oh no.
See, that's the thing. Margot is reading minds.
Yeah.
The shadow is
No, I'm making everyone with mind control to tell me the truth.
yeah. Or you could pick up rocks off the ground and hit them with it.
All
That would
that.
be awesome.
All that, yeah.
So basically, this could be Professor X.
Oh, if you Professor X, like that's not mind control though. Like he could read
He
across.
reads minds, but he
He-
also can control stuff
Yeah.
with his mind.
It's because it's just
So-
basically mind, yeah.
So basically,
Manipulation.
he does them both.
He could, yeah, he could do both. He's very powerful.
But apparently, but the problem is maybe that's all the same. Reading minds, mind
Mind
control.
control.
Because can't the shadow kind of read people's minds? I'm thinking he can, because he knows everything.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't
he
know.
can, or he wouldn't know all that stuff. Because he always the shadow knows. Darkness lurks in somebody's heart.
Because if he
I
could
don't
read
know.
mind, he wouldn't go to the Tim Curry's character, right, to ask him these questions. So that way he would tell him.
Yeah, you're right. But of course, remember, find out that Tim Curry was not subject to mind control.
Yeah, he's not, right?
Yeah, he was pretty part. Apparently, he was
He was
As
saved by
you-
Khan.
as Weasley as he is. He was pretty powerful because he makes a trap for him.
Yeah, he makes a trap for him. Yep.
Yeah, and then the shadow.
I thought it was just because he was protected by Khan. Like Khan got to him first.
could be protected by Khan.
Yeah,
but
I thought.
oh, the guy is like focused. Maybe the way he's focused.
Eh,
Because the other guy, the Magneto, he was easily controlled. But that's
He
the thing.
was.
but he focuses weird too, because he couldn't even tell the difference between a red shirt and a
Oh yeah, the red and
because
green.
he
Oh,
just
we forgot to talk about that.
because he just didn't care.
Yeah, he didn't care because it's not his mind of focus right now.
Yeah, care about that.
It only plays a little part at the end though about the bomb.
Yeah. Hey, the funny thing is the bomb that looks like the same bomb that's in Batman Forever. That Two-Face brings. Remember the bomb that Two-Face brings to
Yeah,
the circus?
the little thing
And
with
they
the
host
spikes.
Yep, and it had the little doo, doo, doo. Had the
Except it's
same numbers.
bigger in Batman Forever.
It's just that way.
You think so? It looks like
I don't
like
know.
this size instead of like this size.
I don't know. The bomb was pretty big in the shadow. Remember, it falls down the stairs. It's rolling around people.
Oh
It was pretty
yeah, and then
big.
he got
It was
stuck
pretty
in that
big.
elevator.
Yeah,
And then
it
they
was
do that
pretty
one
big.
second timer thing, you know. They
I
never.
think
Yeah.
it's same bomb.
Yeah. Oh, they use the
Hey.
same prop.
It's filmed around the same time.
Oh, it is. That's right. 94 and 95.
I bet you it was the same prop.
Yeah, because they're just like, let's just use this again.
Yeah, let's use this again. Nobody saw the shadow, so it'll be okay forever.
Was the Shadow WB Warner Brothers?
I don't know now that you said it.
Universal Pictures.
Okay, it's Universal.
But you know what? They probably just stockpiled it somewhere anyway.
Oh, come on. Most movie studios use other people's studios anyways.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, it's the same bomb.
So I just want to say this movie was good. Go see it.
This movie was awesome. I mean, and a lot of the scenes and stuff is they just mixed them from the books. Like we said, the last scene
Yeah.
was where he's fighting in the mirrors.
Yes.
And I mean, I got a picture of that. Say I had a picture of that. Show that.
How
see?
big of that symbolism scene when he fighting in the mirrors? Yeah, I see that. That's really cool.
Actually, the funny thing is that scene for the fighting in the mirrors was supposed to be longer. There was an earthquake and it destroyed that set, and they ran out of money, so they had to use what they are filmed.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a bigger fight in that scene with him, and I think that's when Khan is supposed to reference that the Shadow's using the money that he did from drugs, because the whole point of the movie was trying to get away from the evil person he was.
Yes.
Because you remember when he's in his appearance is still covered up even to us now. Because remember when we first see him, he's got long hair.
Yeah.
He has tattoos on all his fingers.
Oh.
They're gone. They're gone when he's in New York City. Because he's probably using mind control to cover him up so you don't see all that.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, come on, you couldn't walk around. In 1930s, you couldn't, 20s, yeah, you couldn't walk around with tattoos all over you.
No, you can't, right?
That's only criminals.
Yeah.
Or sailors.
Oh, sailors, yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't go in those clubs and stuff and do that.
Oh, that's interesting how times has changed, right?
Yeah.
Tattoos and stuff.
Now everyone's almost got a tattoo.
Sometimes when I see a guy all tatted, I'm like, man, you must have a lot of money because they're not cheap.
No, they're not. I was like, why did you waste money on that? But hey, if you like it for it, dude.
Yeah, if you like it.
If you want to look like the Yakuza, go ahead.
Yeah. What's really funny now? Like, a lot of people think I'm military. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Like, I go to my son's soccer practice, right? And this lady, she's like, "Are you military?" Like, no. Like, you have that like that. Not the presence of the presence of it.
Hey,
and
you got mind control.
I must have, because I never even think about it. Like, one time me and Heather were donating stuff to Goodwill, right? Even the guy who was like Goodwill, he asked me like, "Are you military?" Like, no. You give a feeling like the way that you move. I'm like, really?
Wow.
I never thought, like, this is not the first time I heard it. Like, I heard it at least 3 different people.
Got some authority there.
Yeah, like, I never been military.
It's the way you talk.
Is it the way I talk?
I wonder if it is your accent.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that is mind control. You got a presence.
I must have. Yeah.
You got a screen presence.
Yeah.
Because I notice when I look on the screen, you fill up more of the screen than I do.
Oh, I think just the way I position my camera.
It is.
Because sometimes I sit like this.
It is. Yes, but you should just went with what I said, okay?
Yeah, I definitely should. You're
right. You should have just said because it's my presence.
Yes,
Instead,
it's my presence.
I don't know why to pick you up and you put yourself back down.
Yes.
I'm the one that's got mind control.
Yes. I just like these things that I give out, Like when I went to Hawaii, right? The people there thought I was one of them. But then I was fatter, so I looked like a Samoan guy.
Yeah, the only place where they don't think you're one of them is probably when you go back to Hong Kong. They're
Yeah.
like, who's
Because my skins are so dark,
this? Well, yeah,
And I'm a lot taller than they are.
yeah. They're
My
like,
eyes
why
are
is this
huge.
guy? Like, why is this guy from Hawaii coming back to Hong Kong? You're like, hey man, I'm one of you.
He speaks our language. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he speaks our language fluently.
No, because one time in Hawaii, right? Like
He's a spy from the mainland.
see, that's why I thought I should be the spy this whole time. So one time when Heather was asking one of these cops, okay, he's like, "Hey, how do you get to this place and this place?" So the cop was telling her. Then he stopped. He's like, "Why don't you ask him?" He was pointing at me, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm not from around here."
Wow.
But this cop, right? You could tell like he's some kind of Asian.
Oh, okay.
He's also very tan, right? But I was very tan. And like Heather was so surprised, like, he's not from around here. Like, dude, I'm not from around here. That cop was like, dude, I thought you were totally from around here. I thought you lived here your whole life. Like, dude,
Wow.
this is my third day in Hawaii.
Yeah, your wife should have just said, he's with me.
Yeah. Like, I'm standing right next to it. After that cop said that, right? Because I think Joe was there. So every time I notice when we walk down somewhere, nobody asks me to buy anything. They go straight to Heather. They go straight to Joe. After I noticed that, like, oh my God, they think I'm one of them because I'm not going to buy anything from them.
Wow.
Because, yeah, that's when I noticed that, like, every time I walk down, like, oh, nobody approaches me to buy stupid crap.
They're thinking, oh, look at this, Sam Mahone. He's been here a while.
Yes. That's the other point I want to bring up to this movie. Like, there's so much Chinese people in this movie that in 1994 I never realized in The Shadow.
There is.
I mean, like the other movie that I saw a lot of my people was Indiana
Hey, but
Jones.
does that bother you when they do that kind of stuff? Like,
no.
Because it's mainly because of the mysticism,
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm just
But
so glad to
I think it's cool. Though.
I think it's cool too. So the first time I seen that, right, was in Indiana Jones.
Oh,
when he was in that club, when it was that big thing, because that guy is a famous Hong Kong actor.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I recognize him right away.
But the problem is, Indiana Jones, they have to because they're in China.
Yes.
So I mean, when you go to China, you gotta have Chinese people. It just doesn't look right.
And what always surprised me, like I didn't know that actor spoke English.
Oh, really?
Well, because I never seen him speak English.
Yeah.
And the only person I didn't know was Short Round. I'm like, I didn't know this kid at all.
But I think he's American.
He's American, yeah.
Isn't he the same kid in Goonies?
Yep, that's the same one in Goonies because
he's just an American dude.
Yeah, like he's just American dude. Like there's not a lot of Chinese people around Hollywood, So if they have one kid, he's probably in everything. It's the same actor.
But I think it's just for time. It's
just a time, yeah.
Because I mean, it's still pretty early.
It is being like Shang-Chi, right? Like that was a lot of Chinese people in that. Not like that's what one of the movies. Like I'm glad it's not other Asians playing Chinese people. It's actual Chinese people.
Yeah, eventually people gotta be okay with that because I mean, it's America.
Yeah,
it's not like oh, I'm sorry, only this white dude can play German and this white dude can play an Englishman. I mean, come on, you gotta be okay with it because nobody's gonna tell. I mean, you can't tell the difference.
No, like same Michael Fassbender. He's German, right? Well, he's
German.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get that sometimes. People because I know it's Asian people seem to get the most offended. Oh, this Korean guy's playing a Chinese person now. I'm like, nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows except for Chinese people.
Oh, Chinese people, they know.
Well, and I guess in Korea, I never like from the.
Let
me
put it this way: Asian people really know. They really know. They wouldn't have thought you were from Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, this guy from Hong Kong walking around Hawaii, and
I still get a lot of Filipino. Like this guy came from. It's so funny. Let me tell you this story, right? This white guy, he's military. He's from the army, right? He tells me a lot of stories about what they did in Afghanistan, and he never says that he's a sniper. You know what he tells me in Heather? I'm a long range shooter, and I don't know why. Why are they not allowed to tell people they're the snipers?
Or was he a sniper or was he not a sniper?
He never said.
No, but did he have a sniper thing?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, like he just came as like regular. He's our electrician. We asked him
He's
to put
probably,
more
he's
electrical.
probably just a long range shooter.
He's a long range shooter, but aren't they just the same thing as a sniper? So it's funny, right?
I mean, I'm not military, so I don't
me
know.
neither. So
I don't think I know there's sniper training.
oh, the sniper train. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's so funny, right? He knows a lot about Hong Kong people. He thought I was Filipino too, because my size, right? I'm much taller, and I'm not skinny like a Chinese person. I'm not fat either, but I'm not skinny like one, right?
Yeah, you know, I couldn't tell the difference. You know, Hong Kong people I know, you're it. You're it.
A lot of us are small and skinny.
Actually, the only place you could actually see Hong Kong is in the movies.
Yeah, in the movies, yeah.
Yep.
So this
And
guy
you look
comes
like everybody
over.
from Hong Kong.
He asked me if I'm Filipino. I was like, oh no, I'm not from Filipino. I'm Chinese. And he's like, oh yeah, where are you from in Chinese? I'm like, I'm from Hong Kong. And this is what he asked me. So are you really Chinese? So the only other, so technically, right? So the only other conversation I ever had was with my friend Kelvin that I went to high school with, right? Because we argue, no, we don't argue, right? We both agree we're not Chinese because we never held a Chinese passport, right? And when we're born, we were under British rule. So I never considered myself Chinese. I thought it was surprising that the army guy asked me that because he's
well, you know, I guess it depends because you know, like okay, if there's some Chinese communist people over here, you're Chinese. But if they leave the room, those guys are suckers because you ain't Chinese.
A lot of people from Hong Kong consider themselves Hong Kongese.
It's like people from Taiwan. I find it weird when they call themselves Chinese because I'm like, dude, y'all ain't been Chinese for like 40, 50 years.
Oh, let me tell you this since you know Cody, okay?
Yeah.
Cody is from Taiwan. You know that, right?
Yes, I do know that.
He doesn't consider himself Taiwanese.
I know. He always calls himself Chinese, though, right?
You know, so me and Kelvin talked about that. So I told Kelvin, like, hey, did you know that Cody doesn't consider himself Taiwanese? And this is what Kelvin said. So you mean that he's been lying to us for the last 27 years? And I find it funny. So we both asked him, like, why don't you consider yourself Taiwanese, Cody? Because his grandparents are from China. His dad is born in China. They flee to we do that thing where like if he stay in Taiwan, right? His grandchildren would be the first generation. Like that's the true Taiwanese. That's how they do that. Does that make sense? Because they're not originally from Taiwan.
Okay, so that means I am German and French.
I guess something like that. Like I don't know how to catch. So like, but for me and Kelvin, like, yeah, I guess we're not Chinese. I'm not gonna tell people I'm Chinese again. But just to make the conversation easier, right? I'm gonna tell you I'm Chinese. Technically, I'm white. My passport is just British colony and America.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with color. That just means you're American.
Yeah, just American and British. Just ethnically, I guess I'm Chinese. Culturally, I'm Chinese.
Well, ethnically, aren't you Cantonese?
Ethnically, I'm Cantonese. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I would never consider myself having anything to do with China at all.
Hey, all because ancestors come from there doesn't make you that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it was that way, nobody would be American.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're right. Nobody would be. Yeah. Oh, only the Native Americans would be American.
Just the Native Americans. Yes, and they probably wouldn't even go with American. They'd go, yeah, hey, dude, I'm Comanche, dude.
Yeah, Comanche. Like, dude, the Americans is your guys' term.
Yeah, that's your term. Like, take your Christopher Columbus crap and get out of here.
I'm so glad we talk about that because it's still relevant to the shadow, right? Because Alec Baldwin started from Asia.
Yeah, well, it's like he starts in America, fights a war, and stays there. Goes farther out.
Yes.
Pretty much lives above Chinese people.
Yeah, he lives with Chinese people. That's why he speaks Chinese.
Yeah, I mean, he's a drug kingpin.
I wonder if Alec Baldwin still remembers some of the Mandarin he spoke in this movie.
And what did you say? Did you say it sounded good or?
Oh yeah, when he was ordering Chinese food, it sounded good.
Oh, okay. Because usually you tell me, oh, this is horrible.
The best is probably was it Vincent D'Onofrio in
that guy works on a lot of stuff.
He work on, like, it tells me how much dedication he is because he sounds exactly like the Kingpin when he speaks Mandarin. The mannerism,
Wow.
because some people don't do that. Like when I
Oh,
see like
okay.
an actor speaking Mandarin, like Rob Lowe did that in Rings World 2.
Really?
Rob
Oh,
Lowe, yeah,
yes.
he ordered Chinese
Oh,
food.
I forgot
So
about that.
his
Yes.
mannerism is a little bit different because it's like I could tell like okay he just learned it recently or like he's taking classes.
Oh, okay.
But on Vincent D'Onofrio, right, the way that he speaks, like I don't know how much takes that they gave him, right, but he's still creepy as heck, speaking Mandarin as the Kingpin. Like the English and the Chinese, it translates perfectly within that
Oh,
character. Oh,
okay.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, because he pauses, right, when he's the Kingpin. When he's speaking English, he
Yeah.
did the same thing in Mandarin. I'm like, he has to know what the word means and to know his pauses. Or
Oh, okay. I
unless
get
somebody
you.
tells him.
So basically he's speaking as though he's a native
Oh, yeah.
with his mannerism.
Yeah, his mannerism with Magnum Gao, like, yeah, like, oh my god, like, he carries that villainy, like, to this
Yeah.
character when he's speaking Mandarin.
Okay. So basically he could go overseas, be in a mainland movie in
Yeah,
China,
and he'd be creepy as
and
heck.
they'll be like, yeah, this guy's a villain.
He'd be like, my father was a drinker. Like how like Joker does it, he would do
Yeah.
the same thing in Man. He'd know exactly where to pause after he says father, and he would say alcoholic.
So basically what you're saying is he knows what he's saying.
Oh, he know what he's saying, yeah.
Because some actors are probably saying spouting off this stuff and they don't even know what
Yes.
they're saying.
Yeah, they don't know what he's saying yet, but like it feels like it or Vincent or when he played the character, right, it makes it feel like he know what he's saying. That's how good he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. When I watch him, like, man, that's the dedication he took.
But I do also like that when you say he goes and orders food and she goes, oh, so you're Chinese. And I like it when he goes, only Mandarin.
Oh yes, I like that too. He pointed
You
that out.
know,
Yeah.
because people go, so you speak Chinese?
Yep.
Like,
And then they leave it at that.
there's a little more than that.
Yep.
There's not really Chinese.
I did like that they pointed out in this movie though.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I'm sure they probably had a lot of people that pointed out to him, go, hey,
Yeah.
dude.
But I hear a lot of Cantonese in this movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
Probably because a lot of
Cantonese
people
spoken.
from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think there was a lot of languages spoken in this movie.
Yes.
Because, like we said, that we hear Mandarin spoken,
Yes.
not Mandarin, yeah, Mandarin, but we also people from Tibet speak whatever, and then whatever Alec Baldwin said first of the movie was in another dialect.
Yes.
So,
but the subtitles say he was speaking Chinese. I'm like, no, he's not. What?
oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not
No,
speaking Chinese.
I forgot. He was either speaking Tibetan or Thai or something.
And I like back then at this time, right, they make a lot of Chinese people who speaks English in their native land. And then when I watch Shang-Chi, right, dude, there's a lot of parts where they spoke Chinese, man.
Oh, really?
A lot of them, some of them spoke English because they know it, but a lot of them they would speak Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that girl, I think Aquafina is not really good at speaking Mandarin. So like for her, right, they speak a lot of English.
But what's her character? In real life, though, she's American, though.
Yeah, she's American. I think she.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think she's ABC. I can't remember.
Yeah, I thought she was
Yeah.
But in the movie, though, plays what, a Chinese
She's Chinese,
transplant?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which Shang-Chi is good. You gotta take some time to see it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to see it.
You just have to see it for Ben Kingsley. I promise you. You
Yeah,
won't be
I'll see it for
disappointed.
me.
You won't
I'm
be
sure I
disappointed.
won't.
Yeah. Once you see him,
There's no surprises, huh?
no,
No.
that's no surprises. You knew he was gonna be in the movie.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the bad guy. And then, oh, sorry, no, not really.
Oh,
This is
there's nothing
somebody
like that. Like you know immediately who's the bad guy.
else. So there's no Iron Man 3 crap in there.
No. Oh well, I wouldn't say Iron Man 3 crap. You have to watch it.
Oh, no, I meant like that.
Oh, that plate? No, nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's references to it because,
Yeah,
of course,
nothing
it's
like
the
that.
Mandarin.
Yeah, nothing like that. So watch the also almost said watch the Mandarin. Watch the Shadow. Watch Shang-Chi.
Shadow.
And hopefully everybody watch Venom. I don't know. Now I want to see Venom, the second one in the theater. I think it's about
the first one. I still haven't seen the first Venom, so
I think I'm gonna finish watching that with Heather this week because now watching Suicide Squad, now watching Venom, like Venom is a way better movie. I don't even care that Spider-Man's not in it.
then that just goes to show you that Marvel stuff properties are better than DC properties.
Yeah, I was gonna say Marvel stuff is better.
I just gonna say. I mean, I don't know it's true, but I want to say it because Marvel. I'm not getting paid by Marvel to say it. Wouldn't have to pay me, but DC would have to pay me to say that DC's better.
Come on, DC has
Like,
some good stuff, right?
yeah, Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Batman, that's about it.
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't seen Aquaman. I have to see Aquaman.
yeah, I should see Aquaman too, directed by
Because I mean,
James Wan.
I saw Wonder Woman. The first one
The
was
first
good.
one?
It's good.
I still haven't seen the first one.
It's actually pretty good.
I do like Gal
I mean,
Gadot. She's pretty.
yeah, she's pretty good. She's
Yeah.
a good actress.
I only seen her in Fast and Furious and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's all I've seen her
That's
in.
all
But
I've
hey,
seen
we're
her
gonna go
in.
with that. Hey,
Yeah,
that means we can't judge her on anything else. Then
that is
awesome.
true. I mean, like she's probably in a lot more stuff that we haven't seen.
I'm sure she was. A lot of people are in a lot of stuff we don't see.
How come it's not the same thing with women? Like if Chris Evans in something, right, I'm gonna watch him in something else. But I still haven't seen Snowpiercer.
I don't know. I mean, it could be the same. There's like, I don't think it is the same. I mean, I think it's because women don't get enough rules, really.
But you know what I'm talking about,
Especially-
right? Like if like we,
I know what you're saying.
yeah.
But it's not that. I wouldn't say it's that true because I mean, if Scarlett Johansson's in a movie, I'm usually gonna see it.
Oh, you know
I
what?
mean, I don't go, oh, there's Scarlett Johansson. I gotta go, see it. But I think, oh, there's Scarlett Johansson. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I mean, most of. I mean, she's been in some crummy movies, but who hasn't?
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But I mean, I guess that's 'cause there's no really women action stars because they change them out too much.
Right. The
There's only a
biggest
few women.
the
'Cause-
biggest female action star is probably Sigourney Weaver.
Or was. I mean, I don't think. I don't see it now because
Yeah,
she's
was.
not been in a lot of stuff lately.
But who's a
I
huge
mean-
female action star, right?
Right now, it is Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson or Charlize Theron.
Ooh.
Because she's a lead. She's lead in a lot of movies, and she's an action star. I mean,
Yes,
she was the
is.
main character because she was actually the last that she's been in quite a few spy movies,
Yeah.
and she's in the movie with that superhero movie with Will Smith,
Oh, Hancock.
and she was almost a major character.
And she was an Elon Flutz?
Yeah, she was in Alien Flux, I think, which I didn't see.
I didn't see either.
She's also in the Mad Max.
Oh, I haven't seen Mad Max.
Oh, that's a very good one. And she's a major character, and she does. I love that. That's a good.
That movie's produced by her too, actually.
Yes, so she has a pretty big. She's a big movie. She would be like,
She's also in Fast
Chris
and
Evans.
Furious.
yeah, she would be like Chris Evans.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure she has a following. She's probably the type of person. I'm in this movie. Everybody will see it because she's in that movie.
I actually seen her in real life.
I think it's just time changing.
Yes, times are changing.
But yeah, you're right. One time you didn't go see movies because of who's the actress was.
No.
Because the actress is always somebody's friend.
It's just somebody's different. It's just somebody's pretty at that time.
Yeah. But now it's not. I mean, it's starting to change.
Yeah, that's
'Cause,
true.
I mean, even got like Scarlett Johansson. It's been in a lot of stuff where she's the lead. There's no, nobody else.
Oh,
go
that's
see in that
true.
movie. So it's the same thing with Charlize Theron. She's the main draw.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess it's going to be the same with Captain Marvel
Yeah, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
slowly. So
I don't understand why so many people don't like her.
I don't either. I like her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
Nerds.
talked about that before.
Yeah,
Everyone had to go
nerds.
to a audition process, you know?
Yeah, it's probably because she looked the girl with a lot of nerds. Who knows?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's jealousy.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. Like, or
I think
maybe
it's a lot of.
or maybe because people envision like, oh, this is who I think Captain Marvel should be, and that's what they already prejudge Brie Larson before, you know.
Maybe. I think it's jealousy.
Yeah, jealous.
They're
So it's
like-
jealous.
Yeah, jealous.
Yep. Well, you know
Nerds.
what? Let's end this episode right here, and this is it.
Well, for now. this is
For
it.
now, this is it. But I'm gonna end it right here.
Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.